Ladies and gentlemen, tennis fans around the world, welcome to one of the most electrifying moments of the 2026 tennis season as all eyes turn toward the desert courts of Indian Wells, California, where the prestigious BNP Paribas Open, often called the unofficial fifth Grand Slam, sets the stage for a dramatic fourth-round clash that has captured global attention. Rising Filipino star Alexandra Eala has ignited the tennis world with a stunning surge of form, and today she faces a formidable opponent in world number 14 Linda Nosková of the Czech Republic, a matchup that has sparked endless conversation across sports networks, social media, and tennis forums. Just days earlier, Eala delivered a sensational performance against world number 4 Coco Gauff, dominating the court before the match unfortunately ended with Gauff retiring due to a left arm injury. But the scoreboard told the story of Eala's brilliance as she led convincingly, dictating rallies, attacking short balls, and displaying remarkable tactical maturity that left analysts stunned. Her heavy left-handed topspin, intelligent shot selection, and fearless movement announced to the tennis world that the 20-year-old phenomenon had not simply arrived on the WTA Tour. She had arrived to compete with the very best. With passionate fans supporting her across Asia and beyond, Eala has quickly become a global sensation, bringing a wave of energy wherever she plays, from Dubai to Australia to Hong Kong, and now the massive stage of Indian Wells, where she stands on the brink of another WTA 1000 quarterfinal and carries the hopes of millions watching live. Yet standing across the net is Linda Nosková, a 21-year-old powerhouse from the Czech Republic, a nation famous for producing world-class champions, and Noskova has proven she belongs among them with her explosive serve, aggressive baseline play, and fearless first-strike tennis, highlighted by her stunning victory over world number 1 Iga Swiatek during her breakout run at the 2024 Australian Open. This contest carries an intriguing psychological layer as well because Eala and Noskova share a history dating back to their junior days, when Eala defeated Noskova twice, first in a thrilling three-set final in France in 2018 and again at the 2020 French Open Girls Tournament, results that give Eala confidence while providing Noskova extra motivation for revenge on the professional stage. The tactical battle promises to be fascinating. Eala's left-handed angles, heavy topspin, and elite court coverage contrast sharply with Noskova's flat, penetrating ground strokes and powerful serving, creating a clash between patience and precision versus raw attacking firepower. However, another storyline looms large over Eala's career, the so-called Czech curse, as she has struggled against Czech players at the professional level, losing multiple matches despite strong performances, a pattern she hopes to finally break on this very stage. If she can overcome that mental hurdle, neutralize Noskova's power, and maintain the fearless style that stunned the tennis world earlier in the tournament, this could become the defining breakthrough moment of her young career. The desert atmosphere, the roaring crowd, and the high-bouncing courts only add to the drama, creating the perfect setting for a rivalry that began years ago to reach its most intense chapter, yet as millions of fans watch closely, waiting to see whether Alexandra Eala can continue her meteoric rise or if Linda Nosková will halt the momentum and claim her own statement victory in one of the most compelling matches of the tournament. The atmosphere at Indian Wells is expected to be electric as tournament organizers anticipate a packed crowd of more than 16,000 spectators filling Stadium 1, and with California home to a massive and passionate Filipino community, Alexandra Eala will hardly feel like the visiting player. Instead, she will step onto the court surrounded by a sea of flags, cheers, and relentless support that could transform the stadium into a roaring cauldron of energy. The WTA itself has recognized Eala's enormous influence, noting that she has brought an entirely new audience to the sport, even inspiring the creation of the Philippine Women's Open 125 event to embrace the explosive popularity she commands across Southeast Asia. That powerful crowd energy can be both a blessing and a burden, capable of lifting a player through moments of fatigue while also carrying the immense pressure of expectation. Yet Eala has repeatedly shown that she thrives under that spotlight, feeding off the crowd's energy and channeling it directly into her fearless game. For Linda Nosková, however, the challenge will be mental discipline. blocking out the noise and approaching the match with calm precision, relying on the confidence gained from major victories, such as her stunning triumph over world number 1 Iga Swiatek at the 2024 Australian Open, and reminding herself that her raw power can silence even the loudest arena. Her strategy will likely revolve around a high first serve percentage. If she lands more than 65% of her first serves, she controls the tempo. But if that percentage drops, Eala's aggressive return game could quickly neutralize Noskova's power and drag the contest into long, physical rallies where the Filipino star's endurance becomes a major advantage. Physically, both players arrive with different levels of fatigue after contrasting tournament journeys. Eala endured a brutal 3-hour battle against Diana Yastremska that tested her conditioning to the limit, yet she benefited from extra recovery when her following match against Coco Gauff ended early due to injury, leaving her surprisingly fresh for the showdown. While Noskova had to fight through a draining 3-set comeback victory over veteran Sarah Errani, a match that demanded enormous emotional and physical energy. If today's clash stretches beyond the 2-hour mark, Eala's freshness and elite fitness could become decisive. Ultimately, this matchup represents far more than a routine fourth-round contest. It is a collision of styles, generations, and ambitions, the powerful, stoic European tennis tradition embodied by Noskova against the dynamic, passionate rise of Eala, a young star carrying the hopes of a nation while attempting to break the mysterious Czech curse that has haunted her professional record. The two players also share a deep history dating back to their junior days, when Eala defeated Noskova twice, first in a thrilling 2018 final in France and again at the girls' event of the French Open at Roland-Garros Stadium, results that give Eala confidence but also fuel Noskova's desire for redemption on the professional stage. From a tactical perspective, the clash is fascinating. Eala's left-handed game brings natural angles and heavy topspin that target Noskova's backhand while disrupting rhythm, a style she refined during her training at the Rafa Nadal Academy, where she developed the ability to shift quickly from defense to attack, flattening shots and stepping inside the baseline at the perfect moment. Her performance against Gauff illustrated that tactical intelligence perfectly as she absorbed pace and redirected it down the line with stunning precision, while her explosive court coverage makes finishing points against her incredibly difficult. Noskova, by contrast, represents the pure form of modern first-strike tennis, towering serve speeds, aggressive baseline positioning, and flat penetrating ground strokes that paint the lines and rush opponents for time. Her devastating backhand and willingness to step inside the baseline allow her to dictate play when she finds rhythm, but that high-risk style demands perfect timing. If Eala can mix slices, looping topspin, and varying depth to disturb Noskova's strike zone, she could force the Czech star into costly, unforced errors. Beyond tactics lies the deeper psychological battle, because despite her junior success against Noskova, Eala's professional record against Czech opponents remains troubling, with multiple tough losses against players like Barbara Krejcikova, Marketa Vondrousova, and Tereza Valentova, a pattern that has created the narrative of a lingering Czech curse. Breaking that streak today, on one of the biggest stages outside the Grand Slams, would represent a monumental breakthrough, proving she can maintain elite execution from the first serve to the final handshake against one of the sport's most disciplined tennis nations. The stakes could hardly be higher. A win for Eala would propel her deeper into the world's top ranks, ignite an even greater tennis boom in the Philippines, and confirm her as one of the most exciting young stars on tour, while a victory for Noskova would reinforce her trajectory toward the top 10 and prove her aggressive game can dominate even in the slow, gritty desert conditions of Indian Wells. Every rally, every break point, and every swing of the racket today carries layers of history, rivalry, and global expectation, making this clash not just another match, but a moment capable of shaping careers, building legacies, and delivering the unforgettable drama that tennis fans live for. Breaking an 11-match losing streak against Czech professionals, especially against a world number 14 on the massive stage of the BNP Paribas Open at Indian Wells Tennis Garden, would represent a monumental psychological breakthrough for Alexandra Eala and firmly cement her arrival among the elite ranks of women's tennis. The unique environment of this tournament plays a huge role in shaping the battle, as the desert conditions create dramatic shifts throughout the day. Hot air during daylight sessions makes the ball fly faster, while the cooler evening air slows everything down and demands constant tactical and physical adjustments from players. The gritty courts here are famous for producing high bounces, a factor that could favor Eala's heavy left-handed topspin by pushing the ball out of the comfortable strike zone of Linda Nosková. Yet perhaps the most powerful environmental factor is the crowd itself. With more than 16,000 spectators expected, and with California home to a large and passionate Filipino community, Eala will likely experience overwhelming support rather than a neutral atmosphere. The stands could be filled with noise, flags, and relentless cheers, something the WTA has acknowledged as part of Eala's extraordinary influence on the sport, even inspiring the creation of the Philippine Women's Open to embrace the growing tennis boom in the region. That energy can push an athlete to extraordinary heights, but it can also bring immense pressure, and Eala has repeatedly shown that she thrives in such moments, feeding off the crowd's excitement and channeling it directly into her aggressive style of play. For Noskova, the challenge will be mental composure, tuning out the noise and relying on the confidence built from major victories, including her stunning win over world number 1 Iga Swiatek at the Australian Open, proving she has the power and focus to silence even the loudest arenas. Strategically, Noskova's team will likely emphasize one key statistic: first serve percentage. If she can maintain a rate above 65%, she will control the tempo and dictate rallies, but if that number dips, Eala's dangerous return game could quickly punish the second serve and drag the contest into long, exhausting exchanges where her defensive movement and stamina give her the advantage. Physical condition may also become a decisive factor. Eala endured a grueling 3-hour marathon earlier in the tournament against Diana Yastremska, a match that pushed her endurance to the limit, yet her following contest against Coco Gauff ended early due to retirement, giving her valuable recovery time and leaving her surprisingly fresh. Noskova, meanwhile, had to fight through a draining comeback victory over Sara Errani, a match that demanded significant emotional and physical energy. If this battle stretches beyond 2 hours, Eala's freshness and elite conditioning could become the deciding edge. Ultimately, this contest represents far more than a fourth-round match. It is a clash of styles, generations, and ambitions, the powerful European tradition embodied by Noskova against the dynamic rise of an Asian superstar carrying the hopes of a nation while trying to break a long-standing Czech curse. Every rally, every drop shot, and every break point carries layers of psychological pressure and historical significance, which is exactly why fans around the world are glued to their screens. The result could reshape the WTA landscape for the rest of the season. If Eala wins, it would validate the Alex wins 2x storyline rooted in her junior victories over Noskova and propel her into the quarterfinals of a WTA 1000 event, delivering valuable ranking points that could push her deeper into the world's top 30 and strengthen her chances of earning seeded positions at upcoming Grand Slams. Beyond rankings, such a victory would confirm her status as a true top-tier superstar capable of defeating top 15 players consecutively while fueling an even greater tennis boom in the Philippines. On the other hand, a win for Noskova would be equally significant, erasing the memories of those junior defeats and reinforcing her climb toward the world's top 10, while proving that her explosive, high-octane style can succeed even in the slower desert conditions of Indian Wells. The stakes are enormous, the storylines are powerful, and matches like this are exactly what build legends in the sport. Now the analysis ends and the real drama begins inside Stadium 1. If you enjoyed this deep breakdown of one of the most fascinating rivalries unfolding in tennis today, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and share your prediction in the comments. Will Alexandra Eala finally break the Czech curse and make it 3-0 against Linda Nosková, or will Noskova claim her long-awaited revenge on the professional stage?